Hi guys, this is Trinity here, and I'm here with Jamie. She's our lovely model, and we're going to be demonstrating some BH looks for Las Vegas Swim Week Season 1. We're very fortunate enough to have BH sponsor Season 1, and we're so excited because their brand is amazing. A few pointers I want to make sure you all are aware of is that BH is a cruelty-free brand. So that's big, especially in today's market. We want to make sure that the products that we're using are safe and that we're not harming any little bunnies. So that's these are some of the products that we'll be using. And this is the Neutral Eyes 28 color eyeshadow palette. And this is the Solar Flare palette. It's almost like a mineral. It's so beautiful. The shades are incredible. And also we have the Bronze Paradise palette, and this I love because the packaging is beautiful. It really feels like quality, and that's another thing. BH is such an affordable brand, but the products are incredible. So I want to make sure that we share that with you today. And this comes with 9 shades for shadow. It also comes with a highlight color and also your bronzing shade. So such a great deal with a mirror. Alright, Jamie, so I've already prepped her skin, so we're actually going to go in and just perfect. So I've applied her foundation, done a little bit of concealing, and what I want to do now is just go in and add the dimension back into her face. So I'm starting with the BH bronzer. This is a satin bronzer, and I'm using BH brush 124. And I'm just going to come in through the hairline, down the sides of the cheek, and this is just going to add some warmth to her. And I'm also going to take that down, if you can turn a little for me. We're going to take that down the side of her jaw and also down her neck.
That brush is really soft.
Isn't it amazing? Yeah. They sell these brushes in sets, and I can't tell you how much money I've spent on brushes in the past, but these brushes are such an incredible value. Turn a little for me. And again, when you're placing the bronzer, you want to make sure you're starting at the hairline and bringing it down. You never want to place the brush directly onto the cheek because the highest concentration of color is going to be where that brush first hits. So always start it in the hairline, bring it down. And then we want to accentuate the jawline, so right under that jawline, sweep it under the chin and then down. And look straight ahead for me. And then also, Jamie's a little pale. So we just want to make sure that we're bronzing her up and taking that color all the way down. And you never want to look like the floating head or the head that doesn't match the body. So we want to make sure that we're always adding that color right into the hairline. She's got these cute little bangs. And bringing it down. You may not see the color too much because of her bangs, but it is there and it'll help everything to flow with the look. Now also what I like to do is I like to take the rest of the product on the brush, and just so that you get that really smooth bronze look all the way down, at first we applied it in a direction towards her mouth. You want to stop about 2 fingers away from the end of the lip. Then you want to take the brush and just gently sweep down. You don't want to add any more product because you don't want a lot of color concentration. You just want to use whatever's left on the brush and just come down the cheek. And also what I like to do, look straight ahead, is take that brush and just flick it up the sides of her nose just to help bronze the sides of the nose and the chin. So that's the skin, okay? We just bronzed, and we're also going to do a little bit of highlight and blush. I'm going to use the Floral Blush. This is the Duo Cheek color. This is in Bahama Bronze. So pretty. Take a look. Really nice. What I like about this is it has a lighter shade and also a slightly darker shade, but it has a beautiful warm gold shimmer. And this just helps to achieve that summery, bronzy, very beachy look. And we're just going to apply that a little higher than we applied the bronzer. Don't be afraid if it feels like it's a little dark or a little harsh. because what we're gonna do is we're always blending, and that's the biggest part. I'm gonna take my blender and just blend the sides out. And that's gonna make everything really smooth and seamless. And that's such a pretty color on her. Next we're gonna do some highlight. This highlight palette, I just discovered it when I worked for BH for IBS. And it is the Spotlight Highlight 6-color palette. You get 6 colors. They're incredible. It ranges from kind of a pinky bronze and then more of like a white gold. So you have a lot of options. And what I like about this is they're generous in size. And you can use this if you're an amateur, if you're a professional, if you're just an everyday person who just loves makeup, if you're just a makeup enthusiast, you will be able to use this palette. It has shades for all skin tones. And so because I want to keep the highlight on Jamie very beachy, bronzy, and light, I'm going to use Dream, mix it with a little bit of Glow. And I'm going to show you how beautiful this is. Jamie, turn for me a little. And what you want to do is you want to turn your head so that the light hits the highest planes of the cheek. And at that point, you just want to gently place that highlight color right at the top of the cheekbones. So that when she turns now and the light hits it, you're going to catch that. And that's what a beautiful highlight is about, is really the placement. We'll do that to her other side, this side. I'm not sure if you're catching this on camera, I hope you are, but if you're able to see the placement there, it's kind of just sitting right on top of her cheekbone. And we kind of bring that right up through the temple or above the eyebrow. I'm also going to take a little bit of Glow and Dream and hit just the tip of her nose and the Cupid's bow and the chin. So that's how we get a really pretty glow. Now keep in mind, this is something summery and it's light. We want to make it look like she could take this look from the pool, the beach, straight into Pilates. Jamie, you're a Pilates instructor, right?
I am.
How long have you been doing that?
A year.
Nice. Yeah. Okay, so we're going to now utilize the Neutral Eyes palette. And what I like about this one is you have 28 amazingly smooth shades, and a lot of them come in mattes. So I like that because you definitely want your transition colors to be more matte than frost. But you have a good balance of some frost and shimmers in here. So I'm taking a mix of these two colors here, and look down for me. And I'm going to place that right on the outer corner of her eye. And work that in towards the inner corner with gentle, just windshield wiper motions, and then kind of circling out on the outer corner. So it's almost like the color is placed in a shape like this, right around her eye socket. Close. I'm actually going to give you a mirror so you can watch. You can watch the transition.
Oh yeah.
It's soft, right?
It's very soft.
So it's not a lot, and this is a look that we call this like a base look. So it's just accentuating the natural bone structure without using a lot of color. Also with Jamie's eyes, these are complementary colors, so it really makes her eyes pop open. Pretty. Now, we're at this point going to take a little more color in, just for the sake of the video, and I'll be using the bronze palette for this. I'll give this back to you in a second. There is a color in here right in the middle. It's beautiful. And some people look at it and you don't really think much of it until you get it on the eye. But it is such a pretty transition color, and it works for everybody. Open. And again, I'm placing it in the same form, but this time we're almost hugging it. So the first color was placed here, second color is gonna go right below.
Like a rainbow.
Yeah. Okay, that's a good one. I'm gonna use that. Now I'm gonna use the darker shade. And we're gonna just have this right in the outer corner, just for a little more depth. Of course, if you wanna use this and really smoke it out with this particular shade, you could. So you could take this look from day to night just by adding a little more color. Okay. Pretty, so pretty. Now, we could stop there, but we're not. We're gonna use these beautiful gold bronze tones and apply that right onto the lid. For that, I'm going to use a flat brush. This is BH Cosmetics Brush 102. And we're gonna go with this lightest shade here, right the top middle, and apply that right onto the inner corner and halfway through. And then I'm gonna take that second color to the right and apply that almost like I'm blending the seams. So I'm overlapping it right onto the end of that color. Pretty. So we've got the light color on the inner. So I discovered this mascara while preparing for the Swim Week show, and let me tell you, I am a mascara snob and I love this. And I'm gonna show you how you can build your lash so that you don't always need to wear a false lash. Jamie, look up for me. Now I'm using a disposable, again, for hygienic reasons, sanitation purposes. If you were to use your own tube, you would just apply it in a vertical manner. So hold it vertically and then run it across in horizontal motions. Okay? So I'm doing it with a wand. Drop your chin for me and just look up with your eyes. Perfect. Sorry, Jamie, I'm short.
That's okay. Sorry, I'm tall.
And just apply that to the lashes and just go back and forth. Now once you've got a good coat on there, what you're gonna do at that point is pull down. So you're gonna just take that mascara wand and just pull down. And that helps us separate. Look straight ahead.
I see that, yeah.
Now we're just gonna do one eye, so I'm not gonna do this till later, this side till later. So look maybe a little low for me. Perfect. And you really wanna get in the corners, and again, just wiggle and then pull, wiggle, pull, wiggle, pull. And then make sure that you're coating the tips of the lashes also. And I feel, again, like people don't spend enough time with the mascara, but this can really help to build the look,
Oh, yeah.
right?
Looks really good.
That's just with one coat. Look up for me. So we're just gonna do the bottom lashes on her right side. Again, back and forth, and then pull in a downward motion, and then look a little low for me. Perfect. And we're applying from the base, wiggling it and pulling it up straight through the tips of the lash. And once I'm done with that, I'm gonna let that first coat dry. And we're gonna move on to her brows. And I'll tell you why in a second. So what I wanna do is I really want to accentuate the natural beauty. So that's why we skipped eyeliner today. And we're not using false lashes because I want Jamie to feel like this is truly her natural beauty. So we'll let that dry. And I'm going to go in and do a little brow fill. I'm using the BH Cosmetics HD Brow Pencil. This comes in such a wide range of shades that I was quite impressed. I can't say any competitor names, but I'll just let you know that there is another pencil on the market that's almost identical, thin tip, spoolie on the end, costs about double the price. So if you're really looking for an affordable product, pick this one up, you will not be disappointed. What I like to do is just comb through the brow first. Get the hairs going in the right direction, always brush up and then over to the side. And I'm gonna take the pencil and I'm gonna start at the very inner corner and lightly just fill. And I'm gonna bring that across until I hit the arch, and then I'm gonna fill coming down through the tail. And also what I like to do is to give it a more realistic look, I will actually place in brow strokes by just flicking the brush upwards. So you're just gonna take this and flick up. And what that does is it prevents that very harsh blocked brow look. So that's a little dated, we kind of want to move away from that. We're really moving into more of a natural brow. And what you want to do also, always make sure that even though the front part, the head part of the brow is naturally fuller, that you still go in with the pencil and draw little strokes through there. The reason being is because when she moves, look down for me, like put your head down. If you don't feel that, what will happen is when she moves and looks down, you'll be able to see through and you'll be able to see sparse areas of the brow where the skin will show. So it'll look like there's bare skin. So we want to eliminate that by making sure that we're always, even though she doesn't need it, putting a few strokes through there. Now when it comes through the spine end and the tail of the brow, I always like to give it a few strokes and not ever a very straight line. We want to prevent that really harsh look. And then take your spoolie end and just pull that color through. You can see the difference between the brow that's done and the brow that's not done. So it's soft. Yeah. Again on this side, pull up and then brush over. Start at the very beginning. Now the thing you also want to remember is the brow she has a really good brow shape. The brow should start here. So take your pencil through the nostril, that's where your starting point is. Her arch actually goes through the side of the nose, center of the eye, boom, right there. And then also the tail end should be end of the nose, end of the eye, and there. So she has a really good brow shape. So we don't have to really add anything to it, we just have to accentuate it. And again, just short strokes. Never apply your brow color in long, continuous strokes, because that will result in very blocky, very, what we refer to as Instagram brows.
That's a good tip.
Yeah. And then take again the spoolie end, pull the color through, and that way it's soft. I love the spoolie end. I think this is what a lot of people don't utilize enough because it really softens that and it keeps that natural look. So you don't look like you have blocked brows. Now we should be good to go in and do a second coat of mascara, but we always want to make sure that we're curling again. So I'm going to heat up our lash curler. Alright, and just curl gently again right at the base. Good. Yep, did you do the other side?
Oh,
Now this is where that wow factor is going to come in, because we're building this lash up. So now that Jamie's curled her lashes for the second time, we're going to go in with more mascara. And not so much on the bottom, but we want to focus on the top. So look a little lower for me. And just, again, wiggle and pull. And and that just builds so much volume and length in her natural lash. And it also will help to deepen that lash line so that we don't need that eyeliner.
It almost looks like false eyelashes. Yeah.
Yeah, so such an amazing mascara, and again, incredible value. So that's what I love about this brand. It's kind of exciting to get a brand where you get such quality products at a great price. Okay, so we're gonna finish this look. I'm gonna add a little bit of lipstick. This is the Color Lock lipstick in Faithful. I'm gonna take a lip brush, and we've already got a little bit of lip balm on Jamie. So we're just gonna add this to the center and then just feather it out towards the outer edges. And I won't use a liner to start for this look, only because that creates harsher lines, and that's not the look that we're going for this particular look.
Malfunction.
So start at the outer corner and bring it in. Here's a tip, especially when you're working with darker colored lipsticks. You want to make sure that what you're doing to get the perfect application and that nothing is crooked is you want to divide the lip into what we call quadrants. So upper half, lower half, upper half, lower half. And whatever direction you move, you want to continue to move in that particular direction on the opposite side. So say for instance, I started on this corner here and brought it in. I'm not going to take that all the way up on the other half. I'm going to start at the outer corner on the right and bring it towards the center. So you always want to repeat whatever you're doing on the other side. So if I want to just accentuate the Cupid's bow, I'm going to go right here. I'm going to do the same. Flip my brush right through the Cupid's bow and then bring that down on both sides. That helps to create more of a symmetrical lip. And how you can check for symmetry is to have yourself or your model tilt their head back, and when you're looking at it straight on from this angle, you're going to see how your lines are flowing. Okay? And we're going to finish with a BH gloss. I love this gloss. This is the Nude Rose Collection Lip Gloss. And this one is, I believe this is Marilyn. No, this is Hepburn. So I have two. This is Marilyn, which is more of a rose gold, very pinky with gold tones. And Marilyn is a little more of that kind of peachy nude with gold tones. Or Hepburn. I'm going to apply a little to my palette. And dab from the center. And just feather out.
So lip liner's not always needed.
No. Now, if you wanted to utilize a lip liner, you could, but to keep the softness of the look, what I would recommend is applying your lip product first and then going in with your lip liner after. Because what that will do is it'll really just take the edge off of the harshness of the lip crayon. So that's pretty much it. That's the look. What we can do is we can finish with any powders if necessary, but I don't think it is necessary. We really want to go for that dewy, beachy, bronzy look, so we want to keep that youthful glow to the skin. So I'm not going to powder her, but I'm going to take a clean brush, and what I'm going to do is just brush over her skin. That way any excess oil or product will be picked up by the brush, but we're not depositing any product onto the skin. And that's it. That's our finished look. So pretty simple. I love it. How do you feel?
I do, I love it. I love, I don't really like a lot of makeup typically, so I love how natural it looks and it doesn't look like, it's just appropriate for any setting.
Right.
So I really like that.
Yeah. You can wear this out again if you want to kick it up a notch, definitely add a little more smokiness, add a liner to it. It's really your preference. But this is the base of the looks that we featured at Las Vegas Swim Week Season 1. Thanks for watching, and we also want to make sure that we shout out BH Cosmetics for all the amazing products. We truly appreciate you guys there over at BH. Thanks, guys.